Howdy folks, how are you this morning? Friday morning, getting ready to, well, I am installing this wood floor, even though it's vinyl, waterproof. Talked about it yesterday. I don't know if any of you guys seen that or not, but I've got 3 pieces laid down real quick. This is an extra piece because it's going to pretty much go over here. And like I said, I did put that pad back down because there was a bump over here and it just didn't level out the way I wanted to. And I didn't want to put, you know, I may have been able to put another coat of this on, but there's bolts and stuff too that are sticking up, which this pad already had a notch in it to where it would set down in there more flush. So it's at a little angle in here, but I think it'll be okay, because what I'm going to end up doing once I get this thing down completely is I'm going to go get a trim piece, and I'm going to basically trim around this right here and then over here. Or I may even pull this out and leave the trim piece that goes right here, so then that levels out. I'm not sure yet. This is just what we've got going on, but this is what it's going to look like in the truck. So hopefully by the end of the day, I might have seat belts in, driver's seat, things like that. But I guess we will see how it goes from here. So I'll get back with you once I get it all in. I'm gonna have to do some trimming and stuff. And this stuff, I asked the guy what you cut this with, and he just said that you could use a utility knife and just score it to where you need to, and then just snap it off. So, but yeah, this is waterproof, so that's why I got it. It's not actual wood, it's vinyl, so it should be decent for what I'm using it for. I guess we'll find out once I get the seats in and stuff like that, how the weight is on this. Hopefully nothing cracks, you know, but I guess we'll find out, so I'll let you know. Well folks, this is what we got going on besides the outfit change, because it's starting to heat up. Let's go in here real quick, because I got this side all done and laid in, which is nice. And I'll probably just get some piece of metal that's flat to stick over that, and then just drill some stuff down in there, some tap drillers. That way it flushes that out. And or I'll look for a board. I don't know, because I've got these sticking up here, and that's going to be a problem when that goes to level. But this is all good, and I'll probably get a piece of angle iron for right here, because I don't know if I'll use that old piece of trim or not. Probably could clean it up and straighten it out, but I'll check it out and see what I can get at the store. And then I'll put something in front of this too once I get that vent cover back on. Had to cut that out, notch out back here where the seat belt is. And I'll show you what I'm using, because I started using that blade, but it just wasn't working. So I got this little guy out with a nice blade on it to where it just zips down the side of this, no problem. And whatever I need to cut off, I can, you know, do the angles and stuff like that. And I got speed square to mark it, tape measure, tape, and pencil, obviously. So that's what's going on. That was the easy side. And well, for the front of those, when you slide the front of those in, they don't snap in like the sides. The sides just snap down in, but the front, they've got this little groove that you have to slide them in to get that flush, because I had this in and it wasn't flush and I couldn't figure out why. Then I slid it in, and well, it came to, and now it's flat, which there will be a mat here anyway, so you're not going to be able to see that gap. But that's not bad for the floor. So that's what she's going to look like when it's all done. So probably a couple hours and I'll be back. It'll be nice to see this thing buttoned up. Like I said, I'm going to have to run to the store and probably get some more of these, because I've got these 3 pieces that I'd cut the ends off to make the front there. So I'll probably use those in the back for starters. And then I've got 5 more long pieces in here, so I'll probably have to get more, because, and here is what I can use as the template, this foam piece or that rubber piece, which I'll probably use the foam because it's more flatter when I go to do that stuff in there, so I don't have to sit there and measure up a bunch of crap. And here you can see where the pedal comes in the brake. And what I'll do is I'll probably just cut this whole thing out and skip right around that. So what we'll have is this spot in here still showing, but since it's painted black, it should be okay, because I don't want to really have to work around that too much. This stuff back here is already going to be a pain in the butt, because there's some things that stick up bad from back here, and I may have to just cut holes and you know, fill that in with something. That way I don't have to sit there and worry about that. This ain't going to be a problem, but like I said, I'll leave that gap open, because that's all going to be covered anyways by that shifter housing, so that's not really a big deal. I just want something on that other side to take care of it. I'll have to notch back for that seat belt like I did the other one. But then, yeah, like I said, I'll probably just leave this square open so it's not that big of a deal. And, you know, I can always paint that again if I need to or something. That way I'm not having to sit there and cut around that. I mean, I probably could, but I don't really want anything too far under that pedal, which I don't think it's going to be a problem. But the way those stick up, that is. So, like, you know, it'd probably just be more simple for me to go around it and just leave that sticking out and put like a trim piece up there to kind of go over that I can, you know, and if I need to get some glue or something to glue trim pieces down so I'm not sitting there drilling in the floor, the fresh rebuild and everything that I just did, I will. It's not that big of a deal to me. I just want something that, you know, will sex it up a little bit. So that's what we got going on. I'll probably end up replacing that door switch too, that handle, if I can, if I got time. So we'll be back. Well, folks, I got 2 pieces left here, and hopefully I do this right, because I messed one piece up, which was kind of a pain. This guy right here, because right here was an extra piece, so it was a short piece, was fine, no big deal. But this guy was kind of complicated because he stops right here and then he goes all the way back here. So I cut all that stuff out and it's not completely perfect. So I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of maybe a trim piece to go around that too. And then back along there, I had to cut out a little notch right there because we got a little rivet sticking up. But other than that, this is in. And yeah, I've got 2 pieces left. So I've got to do one that's here and goes boom, and it'll go up there, and then a small one that'll go boom right back here. So hopefully we don't mess it up because we got 2 full pieces. So we'll measure about 15 times, we'll cut once. And hopefully we can get her. And when we get done, we've got it all in, then I can go get some trim pieces that I want and tuck it all up and make her look nice and professional, or somewhat, for an amateur. Well, folks, we got her all in. Not bad, I guess. Just need to go to the store and get some trim here. Got a little excited and cut off this a little bit more than what I wanted to. But I guess nothing's perfect, and neither am I. But yeah, this laid in not too bad. Kind of a pain because these ones, you gotta slide in there, then you gotta tip, and so you basically got to do one piece at a time once you get it all in. You got a little permagum up around there so I keep all the wind blockage from that seal like I talked about. So yeah, I just need to go get something that I can level up with this, drill it in, then it can tack everything down. I'm not sure about what I can do about this little gap later right here. You know, I'll have to find something rubber, like a rubber boot. This is bad anyways because it's got this crack here and I got a bunch of foam stuffed in there, and I don't, you know, I'm not sure exactly how I would even change that out. That would be a pain, so I'm just gonna leave that like that, and we're gonna forget about it, act like we didn't talk about it, and move on to the next thing. Yeah, I just gotta get something where I can level it up, and you know, maybe some stainless steel or some metal that will you know, go in there and be a dark color, because well, we like dark colors. This is a dark chalk, but that's in. So I can't wait to get that seat installed and all that back in, and that'll be sweet. And then that steering wheel, one of these days we'll get that steering wheel in. It will be all rock and roll. Besides paint the frame and, you know, paint some other things, because I still never sprayed that wood under the seats yet. When I lifted the cab up, I just cut it out. So that'll be another day. Right now we're focused on that interior floor. So well, folks, what we got going on here, went up to the store, got some things. Like I said, picked up some of this trim right here, which I already cut my pieces with this guy, some 45-degree angles, so this thing will button up fantastically. Had that up in there to check that to make sure it would go. But yeah, this is basically going to sit up here like this and cover that up, hold that down. Checked under here already for the bolts, and I should be okay. May have to trim out some spots, I don't know yet. We'll get there when I get there. If I have to, I'll drill them out. But yeah, I've got it to where this is all going to be covered. It's going to go boom, boom, boom. So there's 3 pieces that go in here. And then I've got on the other side here, yeah, I have got my 3 pieces laid in, but I need to take them out because I bought some, and I just notched around this pedal that way it won't have any problems, and I can tack it down right there. Obviously there's a little bit of gap later right in that section, but I'll probably just leave that because the seat's going to be right here, and I don't know who's going to be seeing that, and I'm going to shove a rug right here or a floor mat anyway. So then there's the back pieces, and like I said, I checked up under there to see where the bolts were at, and if I have to drill them out when I finally get this thing tacked down, I will. Not sure I'll do anything over here, but I did get a piece of angle iron, which is aluminum, not iron, but it's a corner piece, 4 foot long. So what I'm going to do is basically, let's get down here and grab one of these, and I'll show you. It's just like that, except it doesn't have the fancy stuff in it, which don't matter. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out this spot. Let's just throw this in here like this, which is fine. I'm going to measure this spot out, and I'm just going to take that angle off right there because it should tuck down in there no problem. If not, I can trim some off just at that spot or wherever it is, but I'm going to angle this off, and then the rest of it is going to pretty much lay down flat on here, and I'll cut off what I need to, so it'll lay down flat, tuck it down, boom. Got some drillers, self-tap with screw heads, and then I got some that were kind of a grayish color for the wood when I put them on, that have a, let's get over here, that have a yeah, there's a weather tight seal, almost like a washer on the top. Sorry, I spaced for a second, but then I got this black wood finish that I'm going to put on that that wood. That way it's a dark color. I didn't want to paint it black. I thought, no, I'll stain it instead, because I like when wood's stained and it just brings out the different stripes and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll probably tack it down, and hopefully that'll be good for that. I'm not sure I'll do anything right now. Oh yeah, I got something else that I'll show you. And while I was going to stain it, I'm going to fab this up. We'll already cut it in the back here. This is going to go around that, where I showed you earlier, that rubber piece, because I couldn't figure out anything. And then I seen that, I went back to the, chimney, you know, wood burning section, wood burner section, and I pulled that out. So, yeah, that'll go down right over top of that, and that'll cover that up so you don't see anything like that. I just got to figure out how to fasten it to the floor so it's not slamming around and stuff, which I doubt it will, because it's kind of tight already when I stick it around there. So I might just be able to just leave it go, and who knows. So we'll be back. Well, folks, after a long day of working on this interior floor here, I got this piece down. It's not perfectly straight, kind of hard to cut with a cutoff tool, but it is in there and tacked down with 2, and that thing is not moving. These pieces are still wet, as you can see. I've got this stuff all over my hands, a stain. I tried to grab it to see if it was dry yet, but it's not. So that's going to have to wait until tomorrow. But yeah, I got that little circle piece around that section in there, and you know, wasn't sure what to do, so just grabbed a piece of flex tape, because that's the kind of guy I am, and threw that on there. And then I took out, and I cut it in the back already, I painted it, and then I threw a pop rivet in there, and I shoved her down there. So that thing ain't moving, maybe a little bit, but not much. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Like I said, tomorrow we'll come back, and I'll throw this trim in, and then I'll be able to start putting the rest of these pieces and panels in and stuff like that. Get that section all cleaned up right there, button that back up, and get that taken care of. And then we can start doing other things that we need to do, because we need to get those door latches changed out, and then we can jack her up, paint the underside of the floor and everything under the cab. You know, underbody that stuff, put that underbody stuff on. I still got to put pinstripe on. I still got to get out the airbrush, and I still need to assess this frame. And after that, it's about ready to roll. So we're getting there, one day at a time. Good thing is it's not going to be super hot when I get off work, so I will be able to come home and do things, because I shouldn't have too bad of a day tomorrow. And I should be able to get home at a decent time, probably around 1. So that'll give me about 5 hours to smash on the truck. So we'll probably be back then tomorrow. So hopefully you enjoyed today. A little complicated and long. You know, the spurts I came back, they were stretched out because I had to do so much. That floor is, you know, kind of tricky around those spots, like I told you. But I got it. So it's one of them things where, you know, do what we can, and then we got all these parts and stuff right here to do. So we got stuff, and we got a license plate bracket. I seen a box over there yesterday. I grabbed it. I was like, what is this? What is this box? It's unopened. Then I was like, oh yeah, it's that license plate bracket. So that'll be something too. And then hopefully we can get a seat up in there, because once I get all that stuff tacked down, I feel comfortable. I probably might throw that floor, that cushion piece in there, and then use that to drill down instead of drilling up, because I really don't want to drill up and you know, have that floor come apart on me, because that stuff is kind of thin, and I don't want those little lips and stuff that catch to lock it together to break, because they can be brittle. But I mean, I'm just gonna go super slow with the drill and pray for the best, because, well, I definitely don't want to have to buy another box of that stuff and do that again. So hopefully you had enjoyed and had a good day. Till next time, we will see you. Howdy folks. Sunday. Just got some of the truck buttoned up here. Did a little bit of stuff yesterday, nothing major, just kind of threw this trim down, and then I threw the rest of this interior in the truck. That way I've got everything. Got these bolted down, the seat belts here. So these are good. All this floor is in with this trim. Gonna probably paint this again. This on, this pad on. But the seat belts are all good, so I can put seats in. I'm gonna put that doghouse cover on here in a minute, because I got the other side pretty much wrapped up too, and then I could start throwing my seats in, which the passenger seat's in a blue truck, so it ain't gonna go in for a while. But this is in, this carpet's on here. These seat belt brackets are in here. All this stuff's up in here. And next is, there's that trim down there. Got it cut around there. Everything fits. Like I said, probably leave this open. Trim back here and everything. All these good. This stuff's all on right here. So it's fine. And before, this is all good too. This is slapped in. You gotta drill a couple 4 holes right here for this, but I got this all lined up, and I'll probably have to take a couple of these out. I'm not sure when I put that doghouse cover on, but that's what I'm going to do next. I clean this all up. But get your eyes on that. It's a crooked KW. That, my friend, is why I decided to go with the crooked KW on the front there. But yeah, all the seat holes are drilled out, so slap that in very carefully. Probably put a towel down when I throw that thing up there, because it's heavy, and then finagle it to where it can go in there and not have any problems. But yeah, that's why I went with this one, because of that in there. I know it's not period correct, and I know this isn't an old enough truck to sport a emblem like that, but it's going to, because of that. So yeah, that's that. And all I gotta do is get these door handles here changed out, and you know, be able to put these on. But I gotta do that. I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna order some locks. That way I have new locks. And I talked about that. Might as well get some new locks. That way we can lock her up, because we don't want nobody getting in there and stealing nothing. If, you know, we're somewhere or something's going on. So yeah, that's that though. I'm getting ready to put that doghouse cover on, like I said, 3 times now, I think. And button that up. That way that is taken care of. And then probably throw that CB in there sometime. And I need to run my wires real quick for my sub. That way it's taken care of, and then get that cover on there. So it's a Sunday update. That's what we're doing today after church, working and stuff like that. Other things to do, just plugging away at it, because that's what needs to be done. So you know what we say. Well folks, before it gets too dark, let's get our eyes in here. Got the seat in, and I got that steering wheel in, so let's go up here, and you can see that. Oh, there's one seat, and there's the steering wheel. But I had somebody ask about how to get this off. Now, I don't know about yours, but this had the 3 screws in it, and this thing is still crooked. Once I turn you around, you'll be able to see that. And I loosened up the bolt that was up on top and was hoping I could just turn the thing, and I just couldn't. So I'm not sure what to do to get that to straighten out, but we got an 18-inch steering wheel on here, and basically you pop the cap off here, which would be on your steering wheel for these, because it's the 3 bolts, and you just got 3 bolts right in here, 1, 2, and 3, and that is the steering wheel. We got some skulls in there. I figured this would be the perfect steering wheel for this truck. Yes, it's still dirty, the dash and whatnot will need cleaned, but yeah, that's that. So I can at least run this thing down the road if I want to. Still need to get the passenger seat in here, which like I said, I'm not sure when I'll do that because I'm running the blue truck. But once this comes back from the shop and I know that it's good, DOT'd and ready to go, that's probably when I'll swap the seats out from the blue truck and put that other seat back in there. That way, if something does happen and I need it, I can still run it with that other seat. But yeah, that's the steering wheel there. The old Skull steering wheel. Nice and smooth. Brand new. If you ask me, it fits perfect with this truck. So that's what I'm talking about.